All right, so we've got a Nissan Patrol Y62 and we've got some Dobinson's coils. What I'm trying to achieve is just offsetting the extra weight we might add to the rear of the vehicle and being able to compensate for a bit of a load, like not that much weight in the back. I don't want to lift. I would like a bit of rake, something that's not going to change our wheel alignment and stuff too much at all and have no issues with the tyre. So maybe it's a bit firmer or it's a little bit taller than this spring. So what we're doing is obviously remove the wheel. It's really easy to change these coil springs. As you can see, you're not messing with any of this stuff. Suggest you don't touch any of that ever. Works better with a light on up there, doesn't it? Always works better with a light on anyway. So yeah, I'd recommend if you spend this sort of money on a vehicle and you want to keep it reliable, you don't mess around with any of this gear here unless you know what you're doing. But adding airbags into the rear coils to help, or a slightly firmer or longer spring, not talking about 2-inch lifts at the back and not the front or anything like that. I'm talking about you've added some weight and it's gone down 20 mil and you're going to add a spring that gives you maybe 35 mil lift. So after the load, it's only going to give you 15 mil lift. It's hardly going to move and it's still allowing a little bit more for load. And even if it ends up being a bit lower than standard, it's not far off the mark, because having it level and just whatever, I just reckon it's pox anyway. So look, wheels off, springs are ready. ABS sensor, we just unclip everything and get out of the way. It's probably a wise idea if you're working on your own to secure the ABS line up here, because you're just going to take that bottom bolt out there. We're not going to mess with the wheel on. We're going to see how it goes. Again, we're amateurs at this, if you like. I mean, I reckon I've been around and I can do this stuff as good as anyone, even though I haven't at all done a Patrol Y62 before, but it looks so simple. So you could mess with the wheel alignment, top left-hand corner where those bolts are, and make things a bit easier, but I don't think we need to. I'm just going to drop this bottom bolt out while we've got a jack supporting the lower control arm here, which holds the spring up. Then we'll release that gently. The spring will fall out, or we'll lower it out gently, and we will put one of these goody green turquoise spring colored Dobinson springs in. We're going to drop it on the ground with one and see what it sits like, just to get an idea what the heights. We've taken measurement. Let's do this and we'll get back to you if it works out well. Could be a solution for a lot of people. Let's see. All right, so what we've done is we removed the sensor so it's not getting pulled on. 2 people to make sure this at no time gets caught up in the spring, because that'd be disastrous. If you want to be sure, I was going to say just pull, it's not like a Toyota, you can't just pull that out there. There'll be a plug up the other end. There you go, just unplug it right there and bring the lead right around here out of the way, so there's no risk you're going to get caught up on this. We didn't, but it's risky. Now, because that bolt there is tight, and we don't want to upset that, because that could upset the wheel alignment. We could mark it and make sure it doesn't move. Just, you got to push this down, because the inner part of that crush tube on that bush is held by the bolt. So it's the outside of the bush that's flexing, right? So it just bounces back at you like that to get the spring in and out. A little bit of flex is all right. Just don't bend it any further than you need to. Here we've got a set of Dobinson springs. It's not a standard listing. I'm not going to tell you the part number yet, because I don't know if it's going to work out. Subscribe, turn the bell on. If it all works out, I'll let you know what they are, but I don't want to be responsible for people going buying all these springs and then going, oh, yeah, let's do it. Wait and see what happens, all right? I'm just showing you roughly how easy it is to change these coils. Okay, so we've got to unpack these green ones. We've got to take the rubber off and swap it over. Pretty straightforward. All right, so this is pretty straightforward. We got 2 people, and I recommend you do too. We've got a bit of experience, maybe not on these. So you've got to carefully jack it up. We're on a hoist. We don't want the car to fall off the hoist. It's not too much pressure. And then you've got to give this a bit of a tap in and out and around to get the hole to line up so you can get the bolt back in, which is about to go back in. See if the bolt goes in, mate. Come on. I'll hold this, remember?
Not yet. It has to be
not
perfect.
Quite.
Yeah, it has to be perfect.
A little bit more of a tap, so a bit of a tap down there. Careful of the ABS line at all times. If it needs to go in a bit on the face of the rotor, no problem. And that'll just bring it in a bit. Okie dokie. So we've got the bolt in about halfway. Now it's just a matter of twisting around a bit, getting the other side to line up. It's just a bit of fiddling around if you do it this way. Bit of mucking around. So the bolt's in, we're just putting the nut on. So just lucky this is rubber and a bit of flexibility. We needed to give a bit of a tap down on the inner part of the bush there, just to get it to flex toward the right direction to get the bolt through. So a bit of fluffing around, a bit of beginner's luck, but the bolt's in. We'll get the wheel back on after putting the ABS line on, drop it on the ground, and we'll see where this corner sits compared to the other side. All right, now we've got the Dobinson's lifted Patrol Y62. It's like I said, these lines here, you know, Just make sure you clip it all back where it goes. Clip, 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 clip. You can unplug, get it right out of the way. Like I said, that's the thing to be most cautious of if you decide to change your springs. Full extension here up on the hoist is having a final inspection. Make sure you guys are all happy. Doesn't that look good compared to all black and boring? All right, I can't wait to get on the ground. We did drop one side. I don't know if I told you this already, but so far so good, which is why we decided pop the other side in. We'll get on the ground, we'll go for a drive, we'll do some measure ups, we'll let you know what the outcome is, and if I like it, eventually I'll let you know the part number. I don't know if it's going to be in this video. It's not a standard listing, this is Anthony information between me, Dobinson's, and you. Well, it's on the ground and it looks bloody great. It's not too high, just right, and I reckon it's going to end up at about 800 from the bottom of the rim to the guard, which should be about a 20mm lift from factory with a bit of accessories. 35 with no weight is what I believe it would be.